Hi friends, welcome back to Math Defined. Today we're classifying angles. Angles aren't always what they first look like, so let's uncover which is which. This figure has two lines that intersect each other at point A. Intersecting lines create vertical angles. Vertical angles share a common vertex and are always congruent to each other. For example, angles 1 and 3 are vertical angles. They are across from each other and they share point A as a common vertex. Visually, they create a symmetrical bow tie. So look for the bow tie when identifying vertical angles. Now, how do we write it? There are two options for naming angles. We can use numbers if they are given, or we can use the points given in the figure. Let's practice at writing it both ways for now. Using the numbers given in the figure, angles 1 and 3 are vertical and congruent. And angles 2 and 4 are also vertical and congruent. One more thing, did you notice this symbol that looks like an equal sign? That's the congruence symbol. In geometry, it shows that a pair of angles have the same measure. Now let's practice using the given points in the figure to name the angles. Angle 1 is EAD, and angle 3 is BAC, where point A is the vertex. The second letter, the one in the middle, is always the vertex. The outside letters represent 1 point on each ray of the angle. Now let's look for some adjacent angles. Adjacent angles share a common side and a common vertex. For example, angles 1 and 2 are adjacent angles. They have the same vertex, point A, and they share side AE. Angles 2 and 3 are also adjacent. They share side AB. Take a look at these three examples and decide if the angles shown are adjacent, vertical, or neither. Example 1. What do you think? We have a pair of angles formed by a pair of intersecting lines. The angles are across from each other, and we can easily spot the bow tie. So they are vertical angles. Example 2. They share a vertex and a side, so these must be adjacent angles. Example 3 looks interesting. The two angles share a common vertex, but these are not intersecting lines, so they can't be vertical angles. They also don't share a side, so they are neither adjacent nor vertical angles. They're just two angles in the figure. Let's move on to complementary and supplementary angles. Complementary angles are two angles whose measures add up to 90 degrees. Think C for corner, since 90 degrees makes the corner of a square. For example, angle ACB is 60 degrees, and angle BCD is 30 degrees. They are complementary because 60 degrees plus 30 degrees is 90 degrees. Supplementary angles are two angles whose measures add up to 180 degrees. Think S for straight, since 180 degrees is a straight line. In the figure, angle ACD is a right angle, or 90 degrees, and angle DCE is also a right angle. Together, 90 degrees plus 90 degrees is 180 degrees, so angles ACD and DCE are supplementary. Let's practice finding complementary and supplementary angles. We'll start with complementary angles. Remember, think C for corner, 90 degrees. Let's find the complementary angle to angle 4. Angle 3. These two angles create a 90-degree corner. Angle 4 is also complementary to angle 1. Confused? Don't be. Complementary angles do not have to be adjacent or even share a common vertex. They just need to be two angles whose measures total 90 degrees. And we know that angle 3 has the same measure as angle 1 because these two angles were formed by the two intersecting lines. So they are vertical angles. Now let's find some supplementary angles. Remember to think S for a straight line 180 degrees. Angle 1 is supplementary to angle 2 because the sum of their angles is 180 degrees. Angle 5 is a right angle. And if you look carefully, you can see that angle CBE is also a right angle. So 5 and angle CBE are supplementary angles because the sum of their measures is 180 degrees. What about these three examples? What types of angles are they? The first example has two separate angles. Let's find the sum of their angle measures. 122 degrees plus 58 degrees is 180 degrees. So these are a pair of supplementary angles. Remember, complementary and supplementary angles do not have to be adjacent to each other or share a common vertex. Example 2 has a pair of adjacent angles. Let's find the sum of their angles. 48 degrees plus 42 degrees is 90 degrees. So these two angles are complementary. Example 3 has two separate angles again. Let's see what the sum of their angles are. 59 degrees plus 31 degrees is 90 degrees. So they are also complementary angles. All right, let's do a quick lightning round review before we go. Vertical angles. They are across from each other like a symmetrical bow tie and always congruent. Adjacent angles. They are side by side, sharing a common side and vertex. Complementary angles. Two angles that add up to 90 degrees, think C for corner. And supplementary angles are two angles that add up to 180 degrees, think S for straight line. You did an awesome job today. Thanks for watching. If you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up, hit subscribe, and hey, if you made it all the way to the end, drop a green circle in the comments so I know that you're part of our Math Defying crew. And until next time, keep math awesome.